Good evening and welcome to Arizona Illustrated for Monday, the 19th of November, 2012. I'm Tony Paniagua. An organization in Tucson says it uses the tools of innovation, collaboration, and community engagement as part of its mission for the University of Arizona and beyond. Next, Amer Taleb has an interview about the Confluencenter for Creative Inquiry.
Joining me now is Dr. Javier Duran, Director of the Confluencenter for Creative Inquiry. Dr. Duran, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So what is the purpose of the Confluencenter and who does it serve?
The Confluencenter for Creative Inquiry is an interdisciplinary center that serves the population in the College of Fine Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences, and it's been a much-needed enterprise in the university given our long history of interdisciplinary efforts through the years. Finally, in 2009, the university administration decided to call a group of faculty members to brainstorm about the creation of such a center, and in the fall semester of 2010, the Confluencenter was created. I was elected as director in December 2010.
So brainstorming for the Confluencenter began in 2009. Since that time, what sectors of the organization have you seen the biggest growth in?
Well, definitely fostering graduate and graduate fellowship support and also faculty grants have been the main lines of support that we have provided to campus, as well as disseminating the research from our colleagues in the Tucson community as well.
Tell us more about that. In regards to the grants, the Confluencenter has given more than $1 million in grants and fellowships since the organization's inception. Where has that money been spent?
Well, a typical grant of Confluencenter has been around $25,000. $25,000 in the grand scheme of things doesn't seem like a lot of money, but for faculty in arts, humanities, and social sciences, it is quite an investment. I give you two examples. One grant has supported food security along the border and has brought together colleagues from the Southwest Center and the College of Social and Behavioral Sciences to work on issues related to food security and food development. Another example is a grant that studied the Yaqui tribe and also the issues related to history, linguistics, and cultural heritage of the tribe.
Over the course of the year, the Confluencenter has many events, and they tend to focus on some really cool and really fascinating, very interesting topics. What are some of your past and upcoming events?
We have a series at Playground downtown. It's called Show and Tell. And the purpose of this series is to highlight the work of faculty members and multimedia initiatives such as digital humanities, video games, and also visual arts. That's been a very fun and interesting project. Also, we have planned to present a book by Professor Jack Tatum, who has worked on the culture of lowriders in Tucson, and we think that's going to be a very interesting offering to the community.
And how about some of your past events? What are some of the other ones?
We've been able to work together with a number of folks on campus, including the College of Social and Behavioral Sciences, and we were fortunate to be able to bring Noam Chomsky to campus, and also Dr. Gayatri Spivak from the University of Columbia, and we had large attendance to those events. Recently, we also partnered with a number of campus organizations, and we brought writer Luis Urrea on Dia de los Muertos Day for a celebration on campus.
The interdisciplinary work and the collaboration, it's in the name Confluence. It's such a huge component of the work you do. But what are some of the challenges that you face when you're trying to foster an atmosphere of successful collaboration when you're working with such a wide gamut of people and departments?
One of the challenges has been to educate colleagues and students about the nature of being more entrepreneurial in terms of seeking funding, outside funding for some of the efforts, and also to educate them about how interdisciplinarity is not necessarily breaking boundaries, but also creating relationships between faculty and students as well as the projects.
There seems to be a very strong theoretical component into the research going on at the center, but what are some of the practical and real-world impacts and benefits that have come out because of the research of the Confluencenter?
We're very proud to have been able to support the Arizona Journal of Interdisciplinary Studies, which is an undergraduate journal that was created by 2 undergraduate students that came to us seeking support. We were doing this working with the Dean of Students. We're also very proud to see that some of the grant results have impacted some of the communities. I mentioned before the work done with the Yaqui tribe and also with the communities around Santa Cruz and Cochise counties. And we look forward to more of that collaboration with the community.
If you can localize that for us a little bit more, tell us specifically, I mean, there's all these benefits, but specifically as you can to the U of A community, what have been the benefits of the Confluence Center?
I think the University of Arizona is better now than it was before Confluencenter. As I mentioned, we had a long tradition of interdisciplinary work. Many of our colleagues have been doing this work for years, but we never really had an entity, a center that would bring these people and these projects together. As we focus into the community and the future, we're cognizant that a lot of the work being done in these areas is going to need increased support. And eventually, one of the goals is to become self-sustainable.
And we were talking a lot about the organization and all the work you're doing, but we haven't talked about you yet. Why, you did talk about how you got involved with it, but why is the work that the Confluence Center does on a personal level, why is it so important to you?
Well, I consider myself to be an interdisciplinary person. I have a bachelor's degree in plant sciences, a master's in Latin American studies, and a PhD in humanities. And I also believe that my colleagues in the faculty advisory board, who have been tremendously supportive of this effort, believe in this idea of crossing these lines and breaking silos. I also believe in such a situation. And I really think that the way to the future for a university and for communities to come together, work hard, and also to see what kind of what meeting ground we can find to find better ways to bring those innovative ideas to the foreground.
We have about 40 seconds left. Looking towards the future, and as we said, the brainstorming for the organization started in 2009. But even now, looking towards the next decade, what are some of your goals for the Confluence Center?
I think we want to be realistic. We have a tiny but very small, small team that is very efficient. But also, if you ask me in 10 years what I want to see a multi-level center, virtual and real, that can really address the grand challenges of humanity that we face and make this a better place for a future generation.
All right. Dr. Javier Duran, Director of the Confluence Center for Creative Inquiry. Once again, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.